Hi trainers! I hope you're having a wonderful time with Pokemon Unite. I definitely have, and I'm so glad that it's finally available to everyone on the Switch. In today's video, I'll be guiding you through how every Pokemon works with special attack and attack. I tested every single Pokemon that we currently have in Pokemon Unite to see how special attack and normal attack scale on every Pokemon's moves, Unite moves, and basic attacks. This took me around 13 hours to test, so I really hope this helps you out with your item builds. I'm Teets, I played MOBAs for over 9 years, and my goal is to help you become the very best like no one ever was. I will be doing this again for each individual Pokemon in their own in-depth guides, which means I will also cover any new Pokemon added in the future, so if that interests you, feel free to join our community by subscribing and clicking the bell. I would love to have you here. Okay, so first off, what actually is special attack and normal attack? There are two types of damage in Pokemon Unite. We have special attack and normal attack. Basically, there are items in the game that can grant more damage in either special or normal. Pokemon Unite doesn't really make it clear how these work. Before Pokemon Unite was released, a lot of players, including myself, thought that special attack meant move damage. So basically, it's your abilities. We thought that special attack would increase every Pokemon's move damage. With normal attack, we thought that it only increased your basic attack. So on my control, that's my A and B button. Just the basic that hits Pokemon with no cooldowns. That is somewhat true, but it's actually more than that. So I just want to debunk through my testing that normal attack does not mean only for basic attacks, and special attack does not mean only for move damage. This is what I originally thought. It made a lot of sense, and there wasn't really a way to test it at the time, but now that the game is officially out, we can finally put that to rest. This is all based on my testings, and with my tests, I found that it seemed to vary on each Pokemon. Some Pokemon, no matter what role, no matter if they were ranged or melee, they could be different. However, with basic attacks, all Pokemon basic attacks deal normal attack damage, but with Pokemon's boosted attack, it depends on the Pokemon. It can either deal special or normal attack. Boosted attacks are the special effect that all Pokemon have after hitting, usually around 2 basic attacks for most Pokemon. Some Pokemon can scale with both normal attack and special attack. It was usually one move, but not enough to be worth building an item that only affects that move, since it usually scales better with the latter. After all my testing, I tried to find any patterns to how we could determine if a Pokemon was special attack or normal attack base. There were 4 patterns that I thought of, and of course, I encourage you to chime in if you have any of your own theories. Pattern number 1. Ranged and melee does not matter. At first, I thought ranged only scaled with special and melee only scaled with normal attack. That is not the case. Pattern 2. I thought it could be role tied, so I thought attackers were all special and speedsters were all normal, but that was also not the case. Pattern number 3. I thought maybe it could be type based, so electric, fire, etc. I tested both Pikachu and Zeraora, who both deal electrical damage. Pikachu deals special attack damage, Zeraora deals normal attack damage. So that debunks that theory. Lastly, pattern 4. This is the only pattern I found to be somewhat relevant, but still it varies with each Pokemon. I also did not test this one to the same extent, and if you want me to, I can test this for another day because it will take me a very long time, so I couldn't do it for this video. My theory for this is that you can somewhat figure out if a Pokemon is normal attack base if they crit often. Crit is critical damage, so critical damage is basically more damage than your base damage. It's a separate stat, and usually it happens by chance, so you have a chance to deal even more damage than your normal damage. What I found with the few that I tested with, it seems that Pokemon who are normal attack base definitely have a higher base crit chance. The Pokemon I tested who were special attack base did not crit often with their basic attacks, leading me to think that their crit chance was lower. Again though, this is just a pattern theory. It could be completely wrong. There might not be an actual way to determine if a Pokemon is special or normal attack base. So what does this mean? It means that it's a bit complicated. It seems that the only way to find out at the moment if they scale better with special or normal attacks is to just test it. If you don't want to do that, I understand. Don't worry, I have every Pokemon we currently have covered in this video, and I'll also do it for future Pokemon as well in another video. So for this video, I tested every Pokemon moves, basics, and Unite moves without items. Then I tested them once with Float Stone, which grants normal attack, and then I tested them again once with Shell Bell, which grants special attack. I've written down all the numbers and compared scalings like this as an example. It looks complicated to some of you, I'm sure. It might not make sense, but to keep this easy to follow, I'll just simplify all my findings for you. First, we have Speedsters. Absol scales with normal attack. None of its moves or basics scale with special attack. Gengar scales with special attack, and only its basic attack scales with normal attack. Talonflame scales with normal attack, all moves and basics. Zeraora scales with normal attacks. However, the move Wild Charge scales a little bit with special attack, but not more than it would with normal attack. So from this, all Speedsters are normal attack based except for Gengar, who is special attack based. Next, All-Rounders. Charizard is normal attack base. Garchomp is normal attack base, but its boosted basic attack scales with special attack. Lucario is normal attack base. Machamp is normal attack base, but for some reason, if you build a special attack item, Machamp's move Cross Chop deals less damage. I don't know why, I think that's an error. This is probably the only role at the moment that is based on all one type of damage. Every all-rounder is normal attack based. Next, defenders. So this may not be super relevant because generally you'd want to build your defender with items to make you tankier or to support your team. However, some of these defenders absolutely slap, and if you ever want to try some damage builds for them, then here you go. Crustle is normal attack base, Slowbro is special attack base, and Snorlax is normal attack base, but somehow building a special attack item makes Snorlax's flail move deal less damage, like Machamp's move. I feel like this is definitely an error on Pokemon Unite's part, but yeah, I've tested this multiple times and for some reason it just deals less damage. With this, all defenders are normal attack base, except for Slowbro, who is special attack based. Next, attackers. Ninetales is special attack base, Cinderace is normal attack base. To me this makes sense because Cinderace feels like a hunter slash ADC in other MOBAs. Cramorant is special attack base, Greninja is normal attack base, Pikachu is special attack base, and Venusaur is special attack base. So every attacker is special attack base except for Cinderace and Greninja who scale with normal attack. And lastly, supporters. For supporters, just like defenders, you may not want to build damage but more support items generally, but of course, this depends on how you're playing the Pokemon. Eldegoss is special attack base with special scaling increasing both its damage and heal. Mr. Mime is special attack base and Wigglytuff is special attack based. Okay, so that is all for the Pokemon that are currently in the game. As I said earlier, I will include these stats more detailed in their guides, and for any new Pokemon in the game, I will also test those as well and include it in their guides. Something I haven't tested yet that some Pokemon who may be normal attack base have self-healing. This could be like a passive thing or a basic attack thing. So I actually haven't checked how healing scales yet with other Pokemon who may be normal attack based. I've also made a cheat sheet for you. You can screenshot or print screen it and have it up somewhere so you know what to use on each Pokemon. I will make an item guide as well once I've tested those as well. I just want to make sure I give you trainers the best information confirmed with testing, so I will get on that as soon as I can. I don't really know why Pokemon Unite hasn't established or stated what Pokemons are based on. It definitely makes it easier for the players. There is a lot of what to build on this Pokemon questions and things like that, so hopefully this helps you out for now. But I do hope that Pokemon Unite does implement something to make it easier for us, maybe like an item builder, so we can see how the stats change. And that is all for today's video. If you could please like the video, and possibly if you know anyone interested, sharing would help me out so much. This one took me a very long time and I hope it does well. I'm actually a little bit nervous about it, to be honest. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you for watching. If you'd like more guides, news and gameplays for Pokemon Unite, subscribe and click the bell. Like the video if you found this helpful, and I thank you so much for watching, trainers. Bye!